What's up, everybody? Today's video we're going to talk about reviving a 40-year-old Tyco 440. Let's go. All right, today we're going to talk about refurbishing a Tyco 440X2. So this can apply to pretty much any HO slot car that you want to refurbish or kind of bring back from the last time it ran. This car actually isn't in that bad of condition, but it does have, some fuzz and some normal play wear on it from driving on the carpet. So the first thing that I like to do on these things is I will pop the rear axle out, and you want to get rid of all of that nasty stuff that's in there. So you can see all of this carpet fuzz. I mean, it could be hair, carpet fuzz, who knows what that is, but it's usually pretty disgusting, especially if you're buying a car off the internet and doing this where you don't know whose hair or whose carpet fuzz that is. So it's kind of the worst part about this. And if you have a bad gag reflex, then you probably don't want to do this either. But we're just going through, popping that stuff off. I like to use a cut up old toothbrush to go through and clean the axle, the tires, anywhere that you have contact with metal to metal or plastic to metal. So I like to go through, give it a good brush off. I kind of hit all the spots. The fronts don't look too bad, but if the fronts did have some hair or something in there, you definitely would want to take care of that too. So we'll pop that back in. We're not going to worry necessarily about the cracked tires today. That's a given. I mean, you definitely would want to replace these tires, but we're just going to talk about kind of the basic things that you would do to one of these cars. So you can see the pickup shoes, they have some oxidation on them. And there's a couple of ways, couple things you can do to them. You can take sandpaper and hit them with sandpaper, or you can use something like this. So this is a part that Viper sells. I really like these things. This is the coarse one. So I like to use this one when we have a lot of buildup. And you can see, that shoe, even though it looked pretty bad, it's actually not really grooved at all. So it looks really good. This is another one that we offer. So they both have their pros and cons. This one is not quite as aggressive, and you kind of got to work it back and forth. I would say it's more polishing, and it's hard to see on the video, but it's definitely shinier than this side. But both of them will do. So if you have one of the two, or sandpaper, whatever works for you, that'll do the trick. So those are really good. This car definitely doesn't need pickup shoes. Another thing is going through and adding a little bit of oil everywhere that the axles contact the chassis. So that's going to be the rear axle, front axle. Also, the gears are in contact with each other. I usually put a couple of drops, spin it through, and then you have your armature shaft, which I like to put. I kind of over oil the back one. The front one, you definitely want to be careful not to over oil it. Sometimes you can work the armature back and forth, but that's pretty much it. We can go over to the run stand now. Let's go over here, and we will set this car on there, and you can hear it. Something you can do, which a lot of guys might cringe at this, but this is just really fine sandpaper. If you don't want to take the whole car apart, you can go ahead and put some sandpaper and just lightly polish the com. On like a race car or something, I definitely would not recommend doing this. You probably wouldn't really have access to the com anyways, but you can see That's quite a bit shinier. RPMs did pick up. Another thing that I like to use is this Voodoo. It's calm drops, and I'll be quiet here so you can hear the RPM difference. Here we go. So it definitely picked up some RPM. Like I said too, ideally, you know, touching the calm with the tip of this, it's not the ideal situation, but you can hear that the car's happier, and this, you know, we're just reviving this thing. These aren't speed secrets. If this was a full-blown race car, I definitely wouldn't be treating it the same way. But now that thing is ready for the track. Let's get back over to the workbench here. Pretty much this guy is ready to go. I mean, the calm is clean. I'd probably would put a new set of tires on it, and then throw your favorite Tyco 440X2 narrow body on there and be off to the races. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Feel free to leave your comments below or ask any questions that you may have, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.